against former Philly and now the leader in wins in the American League, Zach Eflin.
And he's throwing the
Tampa Bay Rays this year. And when they signed him, they thought he would starting rotation. Well, as they come toward the end here, he's the main attraction.
Fastball, but he spots his fastball really well. 91, 96 with a curveball, cutter.
1-1 strike on Randall Grichuk, and now 2 balls and a strike. Eflin is from Orlando, making the drive over from Orlando. And he turned down a similar offer. 2 balls, 2 strikes still on Randall Grichuk. It was the largest free agent.
Numbers too, his strikeout total up this season.
Try to front door that one,
and nobody will say anything.
He strikes out instead, so Grichuk thought he had the walk. Turned out it was
6 fielder percent, 112 games starting at first base. You got Brandon Lau at second, Walls, Paredes, Eflin.
Yeah, we have to mind our lows and lows today with Brandon Lau playing. Zach Neto at the plate, or 2 nights ago rather. Leaves and misses on that pitch. Last night, 2-run. Line to left, and the 305 fan club will once again be rocking. 5 RBIs yesterday. It had been 4 years since Drury had a 5 RBI. 38. He's broken out in a big way. A quick throw to first from Pete. Drury late on that fastball, and he strikes out, tipping it into the glove of Pinto. Swing and a miss by O'Hoppe. 1 ball, 1 strike.
263, 10 home runs for righties, and lefties is 204 with 8 home runs.
So a career high 174 strikeouts. He's 2 balls and 2 strikes on O'Hoppe. Eflin had been with the Phillies. Neto's running, and O'Hoppe fouls off another. When the Rays did sign him in last offseason. Ball gets away. Neto didn't realize it as it just squirted underneath.
Wanted to get to the alley.
O'Hoppe swings through it anyway, and it's a 3 strikeout, top of the first. Low batting as well. Ball 1 to Yandy Diaz. This has been a good step forward for Canning.
Does everything well. Holds base runners. Fields his position well.
Next week at some point on the homestand. He'll log roughly 125 innings or so.
He's got an A+ changeup. There was a changeup there that didn't quite.
All of them. The Angels haven't scored. Swing and a miss as Yandy Diaz comes up empty there, and it's 3-2. Still 3-2 on Diaz. Kind of funny how that 25-run game in Cupport. High and tight, he walks Yandy Diaz.
And it's been 42 of them in his career in the outfield. Adele out in center now. Jared Walsh behind the plate. O'Hoppe may get a day off in Minnesota, but other than that, he will be playing the rest of the games all the way.
Yesterday. He's back in there today. I thought it was a bit odd that Lau.
So far hasn't had quite his feel for his changeup yet.
Isaac Paredes had a big cut and fouled it back. Playing third base today. Canning spikes that one. Paredes is just the second. Canning gets the breaking ball over for a strike. Line toward third, fair down the line, past a sprawling Stefanik. Ball 1 from Canning. The Angels became the first team. It happened a handful of other times, all in extra inning games. Another rocket down the line, but foul.
Usually when we think of history, it's always something Shohei.
Swing and a miss, and it's 2-2.
Really cool to see Shohei put out on his Instagram site.
3 balls, 2 strikes on Arozarena. High pop. Backing up for it, Neto in shallow left center field. Canning pumps in a strike. I think this would be a guy that the Rays would like to see in there.
Something about that Lowe family against the Angels.
Long inning brewing for Canning, 25 pitches.
Or Lowe.
Swings and tips into the glove of Canning for strike 3 here. Now Manuel Margot, the batter. He bunts third base side foul as Stefanik was playing back at third. Out No balls, 2 strikes on Margot.
Rays struck.
Bouncing ball to third. Stefanik handles a high hop, chucks it across in first.
Is done. So usually when you throw a lot of strikes, not walking anybody, hitter, especially if you're going to be down.
It's his to lose right now. For as good as Cole has been in his major league career, he's never won the side. It's a follow center. Brandon Lau goes out. Got his first major league win in July of 2016. Not the same curveball that Morton throws, but
used to the terminology late break at the zone. Now you're going to be able to.
Joetz Odell, who struck out 4 times last night, puts it back from AAA. Cut there as he fouled back. No balls and a strike while striking out 19 times. Fletcher with like a 25-foot lead, but didn't take off.
Their early work past couple days paid off last night for Joe.
Yeah, it's not an easy baseball field.
Taylor Walls leads off here in the bottom of the 2nd against Griffin Canning. We focused a lot of that on the rookie players, and Adele plans of the Angels next season. Fly up there as Jared Walsh gets under it, and there's his grade. Jonathan Aranda looks at a strike. This is not like the Coliseum, where it's attractive to fans at this moment in time, and I'm sure the new place will be. Charter franchise in the American League. There's a swing and a miss by Aranda, and Griffin Canning has his second. 2 out, nobody on, and a strike to the catcher Rene Pinto. Hoppy calling for it, makes.
Stefanik had a good game yesterday. Leadoff hitter here, trying to get on.
There's a strike to Randall Grichuk. Good amount of Angels fans, but they need the Tigers to lose in Oakland, and they need 3 balls and a strike on Grichuk. Now 3-2.
Yeah, we go from a bay to 10,000 lakes.
Yeah, Washington and the Red Sox. Towards center field, that's going to drop a base hit. First, it was interesting to see Neto and Shohei in a long. Maybe it all worked. There's a strike to Neto, and the count, no balls and 2. Pinto keeps that one around home plate, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes on.
Yeah, that was really cool to see. That conversation with Zach Neto.
Video of that on the flight here, and he started realizing how much he appreciated it.
Now with the Angels, and now every one of those young players, from even going back to with Mickey Moniak, who's a young player.
Drury couldn't hold his swing, and that's strike 3. So the Angels, after striking out,
it was a good decision there to be able to set a target a little bit different than where the pitch was actually thrown in the end. Like I said, what pitch is being thrown, it's where the pitch is going to be located. That gives you a pretty good idea.
They're finally tapping into his power. It's a long fly Dell, and it's Adele shy of the track.
When you're sitting in that behind in the back part of the dugout. Still kind of look at that a few times.
Ball 4 to Brandon Lau. First base runner for the. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Canning with a good changeup there to strike out Isaac Paredes. And the Rays, a pretty powerful team overall. Well, that's the only.
Mexico in the World Baseball Classic.
Rays. It's on the inside corner, and it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Griffin Canning with back-to-back strikeouts, punches out.